Camelot 331 here, and holy hell, how the cows have come home. I don't think that's the right expression. But my recent Amazon videos have sparked an influx of messages sent to me from Amazon associates all over the US, detailing some pretty insane things and some new info that I've never even heard of before. It gets so crazy. It's like a cult, man. I'm telling you, it's like half of this stuff should be illegal. It all should be illegal. It all should be illegal, but it's not. And as you know, I'm going to get into these messages. I'm going to go through every single one of them in a very not funny way. It might be slightly funny. I don't know. I have a brain condition and the doctor says it's inoperable. So you just got to deal with it, man. I don't even know where I am right now. And wait till you see the last message. I actually got a message from a manager telling me some stuff I've never heard of before. And it's legit. I actually checked it out and did some more research. It is insane. So before we get into it, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, doodle. I really, really appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It's very important. So let's get into this terrible, depressing stuff. First one, you still looking for Amazon stories? Well, hell yes. I'm still looking for Amazon stories right now. So he starts off by saying, I have to stay anonymous because I was thinking about suing. I was rushing to the bathroom because we get so little time on our breaks and I slipped and fell. I broke my foot and was rushed to the on-site nurse. When I was in there, these human resource people came in and told me to describe exactly what happened. I told them and they just nodded and looked concerned, which is exactly what HR people do. They make you feel comfortable and like they're on your side, and then they just shoot you in the face, figuratively speaking. Then they told me, despite my injury, that I wouldn't qualify for workers' comp. I asked why, and they said, you can fall downstairs anywhere, so it's not Amazon's fault. Apparently, he fell down some stairs and broke his foot, but that's not Amazon's fault. Because you can break your leg in Philadelphia on the stairs Rocky ran up. It's fine. Doesn't mean it's Amazon's fault. I fell down the stairs the other day and I spilt my cereal and I was devastated. It's not Amazon's fault. Well, this obviously happened in an Amazon warehouse while he was rushing to get to the bathroom. So it definitely is Amazon's fault. He then goes on to say, I said that I would sue if that were the case, and they immediately stopped talking to me and security escorted me out. Damn, son. Now they call me from different numbers threatening if I sue. Getting afraid for my safety, so I felt I would tell my story. Jeez, it's like the mafia, man. They're calling him from different numbers. If you sue, man, we're going to break your other leg. Without the stairs. Stairs sold separately, son. You're getting stared. He's going to get stared today. But where have we heard this before? In several other videos. People getting injured. Amazon does not want people reporting their injuries because as of right now, they have the highest injury rates in the entire US by 300% over the next warehouse. 300%, man. That's insane. So what can they do to fix it? Oh, they're just going to tell people to stop reporting it. And if they do, they're going to get stared, man. They're going to throw them down the damn stairs. Next one. Hey, Camelot, been following your Amazon videos. I have something that happens a lot that you haven't talked about. He says, so something not many people know is that the warehouse gets above 100 degrees daily. Damn, son. We are forced to work, and you know about the break situation, so we can't hydrate. Every time it gets that hot, someone, if not a few people, passes out. Damn. That's intense. Because it's like a sweatshop. He says, well, one time we had about 6 people drop, including me. We were taken away in ambulances and treated at the local hospital. Funny thing is, 3 people got fired because they received an unapproved early out because no one had available time off. What the hell? Holy damn. I was one of the ones fired. I threatened legal action, but my manager said, we will bury you. I felt like I've heard this before. Personally. Someone please send help. So 3 people actually got fired. Holy hell. Because they passed out because it's so hot in the warehouse. And Amazon actually fired them because they missed the shift. Oh, I'm sorry. That the heat was trying to kill me, and so was Amazon. It's literally like Spartan training. If you've ever seen 300, you're basically the baby that gets thrown off the cliff that's deformed because you passed out at Amazon. It's the weeding out process. He says, almost forgot OSHA got involved because it happened so often. It got to the point where we had on-site ambulances that never left because they knew that someone would get injured. Holy hell. They have ambulances just waiting outside because somebody is going to fail the Spartan baby test. They're going to fall down the damn stairs or pass the hell out because of heat. There's nothing they can do. At least they got ambulances waiting outside. Jeez, man. You know what other places have medics waiting on hand? War zones. War zones. By the way, he says OSHA. OSHA is an organization that makes sure that companies follow safety standards. Amazon doesn't give a damn about OSHA, apparently. Next one. Hey, Kim, something not many people know. I still work at an Amazon in Indiana, and we are required to go through security checks and other things. We do not get paid for the time we go through the security checks. Shocking. Shocking. Who would have guessed that one? Definitely not me. Which can take nearly an hour combined. We have to go through it several times for lunch and everything. I asked about it, and my manager said that Amazon didn't have to pay for that time, and if we wanted to get paid, to get there early. If you want to get paid for your full 8 hours, you got to be here for at least 9. That's what the law apparently requires. Apparently, it doesn't require anything. He says, us employees have no say in it, and it may be legal, but it feels so wrong. And I feel the same way. It's like midget porn, man. It just feels so wrong, but it's just so right. He says, thanks for hearing my story and giving people a voice. If you share my story, please keep me nameless. I actually haven't heard about that one, and I've never really thought about it, but that's totally believable because they're not going to pay you for that time. When I used to work at Piggly Wiggly, which was privately owned, when I went to the bathroom to put my tie on because it's redneck as hell and they required us to wear a tie at 16, if you can imagine that. I came out of the bathroom adjusting my tie, and my boss told me that he's not paying me to get dressed, which is bull because I know girls who are on the clock, even when they're getting dressed, for the full hour that you paid for. You know what I'm talking about. Next one. I have a messed up story about Amazon. Shocking. I was hired recently, and I'm going to be honest. I'm a big girl. At my orientation, the trainee manager made a comment about my weight. He said a benefit to working there is you'll lose a ton of weight because you'll be walking 15 miles a day minimum. Whew. Son of a bitch. I was blown away that he made a comment about my weight. I almost passed out every day and even got a discipline point for being slow. I'm worried I will be fired soon. The manager comments about my weight all the time and even said, you won't be here very long. Well, that's just incredibly screwed up because I personally feel that one because when I was growing up, I was overweight. And if anybody ever said anything about my weight, I would instantly crawl in a hole and die. More than I usually do. Hell, even now, if you call me fat, I'll cry for days. I don't want to see a single comment that says you're fat because I'll cry for 7 days per comment. It could be a year, man. Okay, here we are. Here's the message from the manager that works at the Amazon warehouse. A manager. Let's check this out. This is pretty insane. It is absolutely creepy, and it's going to blow your mind because it sounds like something from Black Mirror. If you've ever seen that show, it's technology scary. It's technology is scary. The show is basically what it should be called. So here we go. Hey, I'm a manager at an Amazon warehouse. Have you heard about the wristband tracking? I said I haven't. What is that? Does it track movements and pick rates? So this is actually something I haven't heard of. So I, of course, researched it, and it turns out to be completely true and insane. He goes on to say they are actually extremely in-depth. They track an employee and tell them the fastest route to an item they are picking. It will also issue a warning if an employee is too slow, which the employee will eventually be fired for. Their pick rates will increase over and over until they can't be met anymore. Whew, damn. I've actually heard this several times. The pick rate will continue to increase forever. Forever. Until you just die. That's why people are peeing in bottles, man. They're peeing in bottles because pick rates. And I'm very competitive. If I worked there, I'd be pooping in bottles too. I'd be peeing and pooping in bottles, and I would even freeze them. He goes on to say, we fired over 350 employees last year using these tracking devices. Fired over the reason of productivity. Damn. 350 employees. Damn. That is a lot of turnover. And this is just one facility, mind you. He says, I'll be honest, there is almost no employee that lasts over a year. There is one here or there, but hardly any over a year because pick rates increase to crazy levels. I feel really bad for the vast majority of these people because they are good people. Thought that was something interesting you should know. He then says, I just have to follow the line so I don't lose my job. It would bankrupt me because Amazon is the only place in my town, which is completely true. A lot of people will say, well, why don't you just quit and go somewhere else? Well, not a lot of these people live in giant cities. Sometimes there's one warehouse and a McDonald's and a Subway, and you live in the city. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Work at McDonald's? Hell no. You going to encounter so many poops. Too many chunky poo slides and too many diarrhea rockets, man. You got to stay away from McDonald's. We've talked about this. So a device that tracks these employees and basically fires them after it sucks them dry, because it increases those pick rates so much that they'll eventually get fired. They'll bring somebody else new in and they'll do the same thing over and over. It's literally like a juicer that's juicing their associates. And then they just discard the skin. They just discard the skin and drink the juice, man. They just drink the juice, the people juice. That's what Amazon's doing. They're just people juicing. You know what I'm saying? They're drinking the people juice in a totally platonic way. Maybe. I don't know. Would you drink people juice? I'd try it. Just a sip. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think? These are some pretty insane stories, and I have so many more coming. I can't even keep up with them anymore. There's too many. I can't even respond to all of them. It's crazy as hell. Keep sending them, because they'll eventually appear in a video one day. If you work at Amazon, reach out to me. If you work anywhere, McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Piggly Wiggly, which don't exist anymore, anywhere, send me a message. Starbucks, ooh, spicy, Lowe's, it's coming. So that's all I have. So make sure, if you liked this video, you like it and you subscribe. And until next time, make sure to get on it, doggone it. Bye. Yeah. I'm so happy I found this. It's the keeper. It's Boxhead, man.